So good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. So our Holy Gospel for today is taken from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 9, verses 46 to 50. Wherein our Holy Gospel for today, my dear friends, it's centered on the theme that is humility, that our Gospel would like to portray to us, or God would like to tell us that humility is not a sign that you are weak, that you are nothing, but instead you are great. Let us always remember that from the time that you have this kind of humble of heart, you might be weak in the eyes of the other people, but you are great in the eyes of God. My dear friends, we are living for God and do what is pleasing for God. My dear friends, humility is the mother of all the giant, as it is being says. Therefore, my dear friends, if you are humble enough, therefore you are indeed great. You are not weak, but you are great in the eyes of God. My dear friends, always do the things that is not against for God, because if you are doing the things that is against for God, therefore you are not for God. Why? Because in our Holy Gospel for today it says that Jesus said to him, which means Jesus said to us, do not prevent him, for whoever is not against you is not for you. Which means if whoever is not against for God is for God. But if you are against for God, you are not for God. My dear friends, we cannot be against for God only if we are doing the will of God. And what is doing the will of God? God inviting us to be like a child, that we should be a childlike who are having this kind of humility within, humility of heart. My dear friends, in our lives, there are a lot of situations that sometimes it will give us, or it will lead us to increase our pride. But let us always discipline, my dear friends, that pride is against to the will of God. We should only the things and the will that is pleasing and according to the will of God, and that is humility. That if you have this kind of humility, you will have always credit for God, that God will always welcome you into His heavenly kingdom, for you are not against with God, but instead you are with God.